Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Um, I don't have much time. I got to go to work soon, so I just wanted to bring up something that I had noticed, and I started to really notice it as I got older because it actually started with my parents, predominantly my mom. And I'm not making this video as to say, "Oh, I hate my mom" or angry at her. Quite the opposite. I love my mom, but this video is going to be for predominantly African Americans and Africans of people of darker descent. But it is for everybody, and if you can understand, follow along. When I was younger, my mom used to do this thing, and I brought this up in a lot of videos. You know, your parents probably have whooped you, spanked you, and have talked to you a certain way at the house. I'm gonna give you food for thought. Imagine a world where you learn about like the supremacy and the slavery and seeing the movies, so you know how they talk. And then imagine a world where you're at home and you piss your mom off for some reason. So she goes, "You little nigga," and says some phrase, "little nigga, this and that," and then whips you. It's funny, right? It's like I call it a mind fuck. So that's beyond the point. A lot of you probably have mothers that are probably strict and brutal at home, possibly fathers too. But then when they're on the telephone or when they're out in public, they do something that we call white voice. And as I get older, I only do that for comedic preference, but I probably shouldn't do that because then it signifies a group of people communicate better than another group of people. But also, as I get older, I'm beginning to realize that I don't want to say this in a negative light, but I think I'm turning nihilist. Not in the sense of I don't believe anything or care, but in a sense of I don't trust interactions with humanity anymore because a lot of humanity seem insane to me. I would do this thing to where I constantly give people the benefit of the doubt, putting humanity on a pedestal and constantly thinking in my mind. And a lot of this comes from programming, Disney Channel movies, propaganda philosophies, be the bestest person, be the good person, da da da, while other people just berate you or treat you a certain type of way. But the reason for this video and why I say African Americans is you notice this movement, Black Hebrew Israelites. You notice this movement, Black Queens, Black Power. So, I told you all before, the internet is a real place, but it's not a real place. A lot of times, what you see on the internet is not what you'll get in real life, in society, right? So, as an African American, I don't know if any of you express this, but have you ever gone to the store? Have you ever gone certain places, we'll say a fast food restaurant, and a little old lady's in line? And it's an African American store, right? They got African Americans. You ever hear the employees go, "Yes," or not even African American, you're at a restaurant, maybe McDonald's, Burger, whatever, and African Americans dealing with that older woman or that older couple in front of you, white couple. "Yes, yes, sweetie, would you like ketchup? You're one of the nicer ones. Thank you, ma'am. I do try to speak proper. Next. Yeah, what's up? What can I get you?" Have you ever experienced that? A few couple times they have called me nigga. "All right, my nigga, cool." Next person behind me, white woman. "Yes, how can I help you? Have a nice day." Now, when I make this video, you know what I mean? As I said before, you're going to have people from many different angles. There's going to be people that agree with what I say. There's going to be people that disagree with what I say. There's going to be people that get angry about what I say. There's going to be people that be happy about what I say. Okay, I'll give you an example. When I say different things on this camera, oftentimes it happens to me first, or I do it first, so then I can express it to other people. Me myself. Certain times African Americans come around, I talk a certain way, right? Code switching, do certain things, treat them a certain way. But then when Caucasians come around, especially in my past, I act a different way, use a different kind of speech. And the reason why I'm bringing this video up is because a lot of times I talk about irony. I don't really like to use the word narcissism a lot because, as I said before, we are all narcissists in our own way. But the idea for me is becoming more aware to where we don't harm each other and cause less harm and try to use more intellect. And so I just think that's interesting. I thought it might be food for thought. Maybe, okay, from a Caucasian standpoint, right? You're around a bunch of liberals all the time. Okay. Maybe you're around a bunch of liberals. And in doing so, you see them dealing with people of color, African Americans or women, and you see them getting all these praises. All, oh, that black person's just angry at me because I gentrified them. It's okay. Uh, uh, Kwani's cool. You know what I mean? But then when it comes to you, just so mean to you, making you feel like if you do something wrong, they do some basic stuff. So intelligent. They're the smart ones. You do something brilliant. What do you want? Are you going to use it to colonize and talk to you like that? We all deal with it. That's why I said this video is not just for African Americans, but I'm pointing out something I've noticed all day long. Black queen, white woman this, white woman that. But then get to a restaurant, the white woman, yes, have a great day. I love blah 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 blah. I hope you have a fantastic day. Then you see an African American woman. Oh man, what you want? Can I help you move faster? Or on the flip side, and the same ideology as an African American or African American woman, you are berated by both Caucasian and African American people. Maybe you live in a situation where the system has corrupted everybody around you and you just shit out of luck. Because my problem is sometimes I say we pick these sides, and this is why people on different sides get away with so much. Because instead of judging individual character and treating people how they deserve to be treated, how you would like to be treated, we oftentimes stomp over people because of a movement. So I'll give you an example. Honestly, this is why I honestly made this video, because something just happened in it. I guess, I don't know if it's true or not. When I see a meme, I haven't done the research, but I get on there and just check the comments, and you know how that goes. So I first saw it on an old church buddy who I used to go to church with. And it said that Ghana had basically created a law to where if you're married, you cannot forsake your spouse sexually. And it's not just where, oh, you don't bang. They have counsels and different people, like how Americans have counselors and CPS and everything else to jump into your family matters, right? I have a video about this. They tried to accuse me of smoking meth and holding babies. Right. So anyways, and I proved to them in real time on camera that I was not on any drugs. It's the funniest way to do it. The video is actually titled, and actually if you watch this video, you see how kind the sheriff actually is to me. While the women who are liberals, right, you would think they would be my best friends, talk to me like dogs. And that's a mindfuck, right? Right. So anyways, the point is, it's about your situation and your surroundings. Just be aware to these things. Recently, I've been talking about the the red pill, and how they disrespect women all the time. But there are so many women who don't deserve, some women don't deserve that. And while people can be pieces of shits, you shouldn't generalize an entire group of people. That's why I say my experience when going to certain restaurants, right? Popeyes, even at Popeyes, I've seen them talk to a Hispanic and an African American's crazy. Then a white older man that does construction and got his little cell phone on his hip and walked in like this and went ready for some checking. Talk to him like a king. You got to be aware of your surroundings, or this world will mind fuck you. Because the most dangerous thing a person can do is lose their mind. Because even if you're physically healthy, without a mind, you're basically a vegetable. The vegetables get eaten out of the field, do they not? So I basically just said that because, the video, Ghana had legalized some institutions where if you get married now, on my church friend's page, there was 2 white women. Immediately that commented. One left a long rant and called him a stupid. I'm not even going to do him like that and post it on here, but call him all kind of names. And he tried to respond. I was like, I have my opinions and blah, blah, blah. So the second woman put legalized rape. So I put a gif of Blue Monster crying. He got on there and scolded the fuck out of me and told me not to disrespect her. African American dude. I'm talking to this white woman. And then it reminded me, you ever see Django Unchained? How the slave was acting over, how Samuel Jackson was acting over Leonardo DiCaprio? Sometimes, as strong as we are and as equal as we are, it happens all the time and we don't even pay attention to it. Out there protecting her, saving her. All I do is left a crying gif and they were ostracizing him. He don't even see it though. I'm the bad guy. Happens at work. Happens everywhere I go. People start arguing with me and hollering at me. It comes to me. What are you guys doing? Why are you guys fighting? Why would you? It's like I used to get in trouble at the psych home I used to work at. These people go and they look at me and start to try to write me up and watch cameras on me and question me. Then a little one of these white CNA girls get hit. Oh, police getting called, ambulances getting called. I can't make this up. It feels like I'm the bad guy everywhere I go. You know what people tell me? Hurts even worse. Once I got to know you, it's just like it's like an awareness because already programmed. And so I just wanted to express that a lot of the comments, women comments, this one girl's all through comments saying, so I can put on a strap and peg my husband and blah blah blah. And arguing men back and forth, men talking about, oh, the Bible says, the Bible says. Do you not realize if you getting it cracking, your woman is stretching and all kind of, she needs time to heal. She needs time to recuperate. Do you eat the same food every single day? You need time for things. And at the same time, the two women that got in them comments and ostracized them, you know why they got mad? Because they want to use in their arsenal. I want to marry you and lock you down and you're only going to be faithful to me. But then I can make it to where you get blue balls and you'll never touch nobody again or get anything ever again if you piss me off. I'm tired of just all the bullshit everywhere. Why do y'all want to get married to hurt people? And if you lose, and if you know that there's a possibility that you're not going to want to do nothing with somebody, why don't you stay single? That's not intimacy. Marriage is about intimacy. You can have friends. You like a dude and he's cool. Be friends. Live in your separate houses. See him during the day like you do with women. But no, what y'all want to do is lock people. That's toxic. Forever and ever. Forsake them whenever you get mad. Because you don't truly love people. It's institutions. Then a country says, somebody else brought this up. Obama said they was talking about how Democrats went to African countries to tell them they have to accept the LGBTQ. Okay, I accept the LGBTQ, but you can't force other people to do stuff, man. And while I think it's enlightened to accept other people, you can't force people to accept what they're not into. Because Cat Williams did something real wise with his new thing. He was talking about how like the Hispanics was already in the field, the African Americans was already in the field. My white friends, we're gonna be out there and we're gonna give you positive affirmations. Use your back. And when I heard the word positive affirmations, I said, oh shit, you goddamn right. We got culture, we have ideas and thoughts. We have to forsake all that for something else what other people tell us to believe. But then on the flip side, what they'll do is they'll say, then a white supremacist should be allowed to own slaves and not like black is. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying. Read between the lines. You have to stay on this path that they create, or they'll say you align with the white supremacists, or then the other side will say you went out here and you're a freak. That's why I say all the time, I am who I am, and pay attention. Because you could try to be the biggest freedom fighter, liberal, libby, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to make a statement, and I'm sorry for who gets mad. Or it's really a question. What's the difference between a conservative man and a liberal woman? And as you blah, 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 here to get ready to blah, 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 and use your fingers to attack me out there, as time goes on, understand, because I told a couple of the women in the comments, but then as I was typing, I deleted and said, what am I doing? But this one girl said, I said, y'all are too weird. And she said, why? Because I want to get my pleasures fulfilled too. Because they thought that law was talking about women having to give it up. But you all should do research. As you get older, you're going to start having hot flashes and you're going to start getting brutal. You're going to start producing testosterone. You remember that movie, Love and Marriage? How Al Bundy, for some reason, or whatever, Al Bundy, whatever his name was, his wife was just getting all touchy. And as he got older, he didn't want to because his drive was going down. Viagra's for men, right? Why would I? Women don't like doing it, but all of a sudden in the 40s and 50s, 60s, men need Viagra all of a sudden to do it all the time. Y'all better pay attention. The same things y'all mock are going to come back and smack y'all in the ass. Because the men that say women need to give it up all the time, just wait till you hit 40, 45, 50. And the women that say, I'm never going to do nothing, blah, blah, blah. I'm tired of men always being sexual. Just wait till you get 40 and 50. But if we were more understanding, because I agree with Ghana, if you're going to create marriage, if you're going to have anti-domestic stuff, if you're going to have all the stuff involving all the stuff, then let's get into it. You marry a woman just to bang her all the time? Chill the fuck out, man. You marry a dude and think you never got to touch him again because my rights, my body? When you got married, you gave that to him and he gave that to you. You are no longer of your own anymore. But they don't like that aspect of it. Right? Now they'll say I'm being too right conservative, saying, oh, women's rights. But that law is for women. How many men stepping out? How many men forsaking their women? But y'all don't understand. But yeah, in the comments, who's the ones running their mouths? Unaware women and unaware men. You remember that episode of Futurama where they got on that planet and they had to snoo all them women? What was the problem source in that episode? The men was tired, right? Now imagine you run into the right woman who wants to clap you all day long. Right. Y'all better pay attention and fight for what's important. Your health, food, healthcare, protecting people. Pay attention to your marriages, your lives, who I am. And I keep telling y'all, this race stuff is not going to do nothing but destroy you all. And the sexism. Man versus woman, white versus black, Asian, European, blah, 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 blah.